Hello everyone, welcome to EnviroPioneers. In this video, we are starting a new course on air pollution and its control. But before diving into the main topic, let us first understand an important basic concept, that is the difference between the contamination and pollution. The terms pollution and contamination are often used interchangeably, but these two have different meaning. So here we have the definition for the contamination and pollution. Contamination occurs when an external material is introduced to the original matter or when already existing substance exceeds the normal level. So in both the cases, if it is not causing any adverse effect, it is referred as contamination. But if these two conditions result in negative impact on the environment, it is referred as the pollution. So pollution is defined as an undesirable change in the physical, chemical, or biological characteristics of air, water, and soil that may harm humans and other living organisms. So, contamination is a state of impurity, and if this contamination is causing the negative impact, it is referred as the pollution. Any substance which is causing the contamination is referred as contaminant, and which is causing the pollution is referred as pollutant. So here it is mentioned that a contaminant becomes a pollutant when its concentration or nature causes damage, making it a risk to the health or the environment. Here we have the difference between the contamination and pollution based on different aspects. So first here we have the definition. So contamination is defined as presence or introduction of a substance in the environment where it does not normally occur or occurs in higher than natural level. While pollution is the adverse alteration of the environment due to contaminants causing harmful effects. So contamination indicates presence of unwanted substance while pollution indicates effect or impact on the environment and living organism. In case of contamination, substances may or may not exceed permissible limit, but in case of pollution, substances exceeds environmental standards or the assimilative capacity of the environment. Contamination is not necessarily harmful, but pollution is always harmful or undesirable. Contamination can exist without pollution, but pollution always involves contamination. So let us understand the last point, taking few examples. First example we have taken is arsenic in groundwater of Ganga Brahmaputra basin in India. In parts of West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam, arsenic is naturally present in the aquifer sediments and it dissolves into the groundwater due to geochemical processes. So, here, due to natural reasons, arsenic is getting added into the groundwater. If this arsenic is present in low concentration, it will not have immediate health impact. So here water quality is altered but it is not harmful. So this condition is termed as contamination. But continuous groundwater extraction enhance these geochemical processes and it leads to more dissolution of arsenic in the groundwater. So, if arsenic is present in higher concentration in the groundwater, continuous consumption of this groundwater will lead to chronic effect on the humans, causing arsenicosis, skin lesions, and cancer. Arsenic also affects the plant growth and their metabolism by inhibiting the photosynthesis. Thus, due to high concentration of arsenic in the groundwater, ecosystem and human health are severely affected. So, we can say that in this case, natural contamination becomes pollution when the concentration exceeds permissible limit and causes harm. Second example to understand the difference between contamination and pollution is nutrient enrichment in lakes. In agriculture, fertilizer is added to the soils to supply essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium to plants for better growth and yield. If there is any runoff from the agricultural fields, it is referred as agricultural runoff, and it introduces nitrates and phosphates into the surface water reservoirs. Now, if we consider lakes as surface water reservoirs, for these lakes, nitrates and phosphates are the foreign substances, and the sources are the agriculture fields. So, when these nutrients are present in the moderate concentration and there is no visible ecological disturbance in these lakes, and the aquatic system is able to maintain its self purification, then this condition is referred as contamination. But continuous agricultural runoff may increase the concentration of these nutrients in the lakes, and excess nutrient may lead to the algal bloom, which will cause the depletion of dissolved oxygen. It will have negative impact on the aquatic life and will cause the loss of biodiversity. So, when the addition of these nutrients are having the adverse impact, it is referred as pollution. And this type of condition, when there is nutrient enrichment in the lakes, it is referred as the eutrophication. So, in this example, presence of nutrient is not pollution, it is contamination. But the ecological impact defines the pollution. Next example we have is of air quality in urban areas. Urban atmosphere always contains particulate matter due to natural and anthropogenic sources. If it is present within the air quality standard and if it is not causing any respiratory problems in the human, we can say that air is contaminated, but it is not polluted. Certain conditions like atmospheric stability, winter inversion may cause the level of PM2.5 to rise more than 300 microgram per meter cube. High concentration of PM2.5 causes health impacts like the asthma and reduced lung function. So, if the presence of particulate matter in the air is causing the adverse impact on the humans, it is referred as the pollution. So, in this example, regulatory standards are the key dividing line between the contamination and pollution. So, always remember that contamination indicates the presence of any substance, while pollution indicates the problem associated with the presence of that substance. If that substance is not causing any harm, it will be referred as the contaminant. But if it is associated with the negative impact on the environment, it will be referred as the pollutant. So, all the pollutants are contaminants, but not all contaminants are the pollutants. I hope the difference between contamination and pollution is clear. So, now we will focus on the pollution. Pollution refers to the introduction of undesirable substances or energy into the natural environment that causes adverse changes in the physical, chemical, or biological characteristics of air, water, or land. And these changes negatively affect living organisms, ecosystems, human health, and property. So, pollution occurs when the rate of addition of pollutants exceeds the assimilative capacity of the environment, which means the environment can no longer neutralize or disperse the harmful substances safely, and it leads to environmental degradation. The term assimilative capacity refers to the environment's ability to absorb the pollutants through natural processes like dilution, dispersion, and breakdown. And these processes keep the concentration of pollutants below the harmful level for the ecosystem or human health. These are four key elements of the pollution. First, we have pollutant. It refers to any solid, liquid, gaseous substance or form of energy that causes harm when present in excess. Second element is the source of pollution. These pollutants can be added into the environment from the natural sources or anthropogenic sources, that is, man made sources. Third element is the receiving environment, means where these pollutants are getting added. So, the medium that receives the pollutant is the receiving environment. It can be air, water, or soil. Fourth element is the impact of these pollutants. So, it includes the effects on the human health, ecosystems, climate, and the material assets. Depending upon the types of pollutant or the medium affected, pollution can be of several types like air pollution, water pollution, soil or land pollution, noise pollution, thermal pollution, and radioactive pollution. We have already covered noise pollution in details in one of our course, that is noise pollution, causes, impacts and control strategies. We will start with the air pollution in the next video and will cover types of air pollutants. These are the references from where the concept of this video have been taken. We will meet soon in the next video. Thank you and best wishes.